Hey guys!
Hello. I'm sorry, that was such a high pitch. Yes,
I'm
it's been so
Alexis.
long. Hi, I'm Christina.
And we are
Bad.
bad.
Probably should have rehearsed. It's been a month. I should have gotten that down.
It's okay.
It's all good.
It's been a while. What have we been doing?
Should I start? Did you want to start?
You can start.
I can't remember when the last time we recorded was, but I think since then I visited my family in Puerto Rico with my sister for a week. Then I came back, started packing, and I moved into college. And in 10 days, I'll have been here for a month, which is super weird. So yeah,
Wow.
I've been doing college things.
College!
Yay, college, homework every day. I naturally get up at like 7:30 or 8 o'clock every day, even though my classes literally don't start till like 11 or 12. So I just do homework like every single morning while I eat breakfast.
I get that. I have been working. I've been working a new job, so I work at a bank now.
Mhm.
So it's been especially interesting because when I wasn't working, it was literally just me. And I don't know if I actually told any of the podcasts yet that I have not been working in the last 3 months, but I have not been working. So my schedule went all crazy. Like I used to wake up like at 12 in the afternoon. It was terrible. I was always tired and I was like, why am I always tired? And then I would just always make sense that I would always get up and then it's terrible. So now my clock is kind of back to normal ish. So basically I had to wake up at 7 a.m. every single morning anyway for work most days. So the weekends, weekends just supposed to be like, oh, I can do cool stuff and sleep in till like noon again. And no, my body is just normal now. I can't sleep past like 8:30. Like this morning I woke up like at 8:30. It was unintentionally like I couldn't go back to sleep. It's like a curse now.
I totally get it. How's your new job?
It's good. I mean, I like my coworkers. I actually really like working there. It's way better than my old job. Like I feel like my old job was hectic and crazy, and that didn't get a lot of I didn't get a lot of attention as like an employee. Like I felt like it was always kind of pushed aside and I felt like a number. Like I felt like I was like number like 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 or something. We're going on a trip. Okay, never mind. So yeah, I feel like this is genuinely where I'm supposed to be, and I feel like that's like the most important part of, I guess, what's been going on with me is that I actually have a job that I actually like.
Yay, we've been waiting for this, your redemption arc.
The redemption arc.
Yay.
Yes, I actually have a redemption arc, and yeah, I mean, it's been, when was the last podcast that we had? Like June, like the middle of June, wasn't it? It says 27th, but I had to re-upload that one, so it's a week before that one.
Yeah, I guess it has been that long then. Like, what is that? 2 months? 2 months.
Yeah, I think so, because I had to move, and then I don't know if you've seen my stuff like as I moved, but yeah, I moved, and then I got a new job, and then yeah, it's been 2 weeks since I started my job.
Oh, I see. It says July 27th.
Oh, it says July. And it hasn't been 2 months. It's only been 1 month.
That's what I thought, but I was like, you know what? It could have been that long. Time just flies. Just kind of forget about it.
But it is September. Do you know what that means? My birthday is coming up.
We're celebrating lots of stuff this month. We got your birthday, my grandpa's birthday, Kibum's birthday, Kibum's album, and his concert. There's so much going on.
Exactly. He's coming back. He's coming
Yeah.
back.
We just got, for everybody who doesn't know, 20 minutes ago, we just got the announcement, the official announcement of Kim Kibum Ki,
The
his
legend.
first mini album. It's coming out on the 27th of this month.
What is it called?
I literally already forget. Oh wait, I got it. Bad Love.
Love.
And he looks like, oh my gosh, do you remember the SpongeBob episode where Squidward gets covered in cement? That is what he looks like.
He's gonna, I bet if he was here right now, he would absolutely hate you. He'd be like, I can't, how dare you compare me to that?
That was like my first thought. And then there's like, he has like that eye like poking out of the goop or whatever. I'm loving this like space Martian theme though. I really like it.
Yeah, it has like a really nice aesthetic to it. Definitely different from Face. I feel like Face was genuinely just a good, like, it had a sort of like a synth kind of feeling to it.
Mm-hmm.
It had like a sort of like 90s synth like feeling, and it was really nice, and it was kind of special to like his own separate thing. But now it's different, you know, like it has a ballad in it. Like, I Hate You is kind of a ballad.
Mm-hmm. I like it though. I feel like it really fits, like just kind of knowing his first Keyland concert and how he had like bright colors, like lots of animations and little characters and stuff. This like makes sense for him to do.
Yeah. And then this one is like a little alien theme or something.
Yeah.
Like he's going to space with Elon Musk.
With Elon Musk. Oh my god. Crazy. Doesn't Minho has like TV shows and stuff that he's gonna be on? He's got like all these dramas that he's like cameoing in and stuff. He's busy.
Yes.
I think so.
Wow.
Every once in a while, the shiny Twitter account like tweets and it's just like Minho related. Like we saw you sent me the picture like last week of him with his soccer ball.
Mm-hmm.
He's doing big things.
I'm so proud of all of them, even though Taman isn't there. But I mean, they're all just doing well. What is Jinky doing right now? Do you even know? I feel like he's like silent.
He is on a TV show right now currently. I forget the English title, but he's with like Soo-hyun from Akmu, some other like famous people, like an actor, and they basically just like invite people. They like have a meal and they sit by the ocean and they just sing songs. It's just like a feel good, like they had Rose from Blackpink come on, like her and Jinky like sang a duo. It was so nice. They just like perform.
That's so precious. I love it.
I know. I haven't seen like all the performances, but just like kind of been trying to keep up with everything.
That's so nice. So nice.
I think that definitely like is fitting for him, like just eating and singing with your buddies.
I know, and I love the actually I actually know what you're talking about. Like it's the show with all the little members of groups and stuff like that. And then they're also like it's a wholesome cast just in general.
Yeah, for sure. Very exciting. They're doing their stuff and we're here working. Oh, that's okay though.
But it must feel nice to be back at school.
Yeah, that's really you literally read my mind because that's exactly what I was gonna say. I was gonna say like it's okay that I'm working because I'm glad to be here. I was looking forward to it for a very long time. Like, not that my house is bad, it's not bad at all. Love my family very much, but like I ordered Domino's at like 10 p.m. last night. Couldn't have done that at home. I literally didn't even order like a whole pizza. I just ordered like cheesy bread, and it was amazing. Like, is that bad that I look forward to like really dumb stuff like that?
It's literally that feeling of being out of the home, because my mom gets on me for wearing long sleeves after like when it gets like sort of hot outside, when it gets like past like 80 degrees. My mom's like, why are you wearing long sleeves? Hot outside, you can't wear long sleeves. So the first thing that I did when I was a freshman is move into my dorm, and I actually changed into long sleeves, and it was like the most rebellious part of my whole life.
It's always the little things that make a big impact. Like, I can go out with a friend, I don't have to ask.
I know.
To be
I
fair, I
know.
literally just like walk down the hall in my dorm and go to their room, but still.
It's rebellious. Hardcore.
So funny. I mean, to be fair, I didn't really have to ask. It depended if like we were doing something, but you know, they gotta know like who is this, where are they from, what do their parents do. My mom was always like that. She wants to know everything about that person, which I understand. Like, I'm not a mom, but I can understand that you would want to know who your kids are hanging out with.
Oh yeah, definitely. Like I still feel like I have to my mom like most things. Or else like,
I
you know,
really
it's
like I literally told her I was going to the movies yesterday, and she she's like, "Oh, have fun, be safe." But then I was like, "Did I have to tell him?" We're like
you
200.
didn't.
We're like 200 something miles apart. Like, that's okay though. It's just like habit, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. And also it's nice just let your parents know where you are just in general. Just because on the parent side they want to know if you're okay, and they want to know like, you know, in the case that you do go missing, or in the case that something does go happen, like at least they know like where you were the last time they text you.
True. Very true.
Like when I went to Mexico a couple of years back, and
Mm-hmm.
like I told her when I landed, I updated her every single week. And you know, like in the United States, it's kind of like one of those weird things, but it's when you go to Mexico, it's like they kind of feel in the United States, they kind of feel like it's like necessarily bad, but they want to make sure that you're okay, because the news in the United States is not necessarily the best light of all the stuff that's been going on.
Right.
So yeah, my mom was just very apprehensive about it at first. But then she let me go, and it was like it was a very good trip, I gotta say.
Happy for you. It sounds like a fun trip.
So what are the COVID guidelines? Because I didn't get to experience that whole shenanigan with COVID. So what is it
So,
like?
um, I guess I'll start from the beginning. So before school started, they told us like, hey, if you upload to the health portal showing us like proof of your vaccine, then you'll get like 50 extra dollars, because we have this thing called flex money. So you buy like a meal plan, and you have like, for me, I have 14 meals a week, and then I have like 350 or something dollars in flex money that I could use for like the campus Starbucks, or like to buy like chips at the store, like just stuff like that that doesn't really get included into the meal plan. So you get 50 extra dollars. So of course I had to upload my vaccination card, because I do like vanilla bean frappuccinos very much. Then I think it was the first week that I was here, August 16th. I remember that very day they made it mandatory for everybody to wear masks indoors, but you can like keep them off outside, obviously. And then if people do not have vaccinations, or they just don't want to say, because nobody's allowed to ask you if you have it, I guess it's like illegal, then you have to get mandatory tests once a week. But it's not through the nose, it's saliva.
That's way better.
Yes, way better. I think that's everything. They still have, like, we have a Quaker Steak and Lube, like the wings place, and you still have to be like 6 feet distance if you're like in line or whatever. But other than that, it's pretty much it. Oh yeah, dorm rooms you have to keep them on too, unless you're like in your actual room or in someone else's room. But like in the hallways, and the CAs are like super strict about it. We were literally just standing out in the hallway, like in front of our door, talking to our neighbors, and she was like, "Get your mask on." I was like, "Okay." I respect that though. I mean, she's doing her job, so I just, I don't say no because I don't want to go home. Like all these rumors about how after like fall break next month, at the beginning of October, we're gonna like go home, and I was like, no.
But yeah.
Yes. Do you have like not restrictions, but do you have like rules at work, like COVID wise?
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, my company is kind of like, it's kind of big. So when it comes to like my level, definitely when you wear masks and stuff like that. But I know all the people in corporate, they don't have to wear masks. They don't have to wear masks anymore, which is really insane.
What?
But like, yeah, we had to wear masks. We're like seeing people at all times. So it's definitely, I find it so interesting that we had that big wave where we all had to wear masks and we all stood distance and we all had to like without the vaccine ahead of time. And then now we're going back to wearing masks and we're going back to like doing checks and stuff like that. So they had that weird gap in between where we didn't have to wear masks because the vaccine came out and then, the Delta variant came in. So everyone had to wear masks again, which is, this is not ending. This is not ending. There's no ending in sight. It's been 2 years.
Literally. It was really interesting because when I went to Puerto Rico, I literally got like, there was an article recently written about Puerto Rico and how they have some of the highest like vaccination rates. And I've like it honestly made a lot of sense because they were very strict when I'm over there. Like masks, like we went into the store and they literally had two people standing there like guarding the door to make sure that you got your temperature checked before you went in and that you had sanitizer on your hands. Like super strict. But I feel like if we would have really like what's the word? I don't know, like
tuckered down or anchored down.
Yeah, like drilled that into people from the beginning. We probably could have been in a better spot, but I guess not to be like making fun of my own people, but we are kind of like cowards, like scaredy cats, more so than like here in the States where people are like willingly protesting. They're like, oh, okay, like I'm not gonna die. But in Puerto Rico, everybody's like crapping their pants, or at least they were. So
honestly, it's okay to crap your pants. I'd rather people crap their pants on the situation, honestly.
Honestly, I agree. Sometimes it gets a little too extreme. Like I have relatives who didn't even like want to see me from a distance. When I went in Puerto Rico, so I was like, okay, I'm vaccinated. Like we could just wave or something, but I gotta respect that. So
yeah, especially, and also from their point of view, it's also kind of scary to see someone from the United States come in and then they have, the news right now, the United States just completely states that like a lot of the people don't even care about the masks and stuff like that. And also we do live in a country here that's not necessarily the most safest when it comes to like doing regulations and stuff like that. So yeah. You have to acknowledge that, I guess.
Yeah, I'm just glad that my roommate wears her mask, no complaints about like anything COVID wise. Because I know in the mentoring job that I have, I was talking to one of the freshmen that's like a mentee in the program, and he had to change, or he requested to change his roommate because his roommate like wasn't vaccinated, didn't want to get vaccinated, and he felt like uncomfortable, like unsafe. I was like, thank God that my roommate is not like that.
Wow, that's a lot to think about because that's definitely something to only the coronavirus era. Like I feel like if it was any other year, any other situation, it wouldn't really matter if you weren't vaccinated, or you wouldn't really matter if you didn't have any, like you didn't wear masks. But it's like it's so special to this time. Like it's sort of like a level of like separation between us and them which is really kind of sad, but like also like we have to state our ground and like kind of like if you don't believe in the same beliefs, then it's awkward and you can't live with that person because it's going to be more fighting and it's going to cause a lot of more like distress in the room.
Yeah, absolutely. It's just very, very weird. Like I constantly think about how are we going to explain this to the next generation if it ends up going away. Like, I don't know. And I also think about all the time how like even in like 2015 when I first started listening to like K-pop and stuff and I saw them wearing masks, it didn't really make a lot of sense. There was like a cultural difference, and now I'm like, they were ahead of the game.
Makes sense.
They're literally ahead of the game. Like we should have been doing that. If you're not feeling well or if you're, under the weather, put the mask on.
But also from the point of view of someone who has been to Asia and has experienced like the reason why they do wear masks. So the main reason why people wear masks in Asia is because of especially in Seoul. So they have this problem from China. China has all those factories. So they send all that smog over across the ocean. So a lot of the time it's in the big cities and then they have to worry about the fact that the smog is coming in, or just from their own situation in general, is that there's so much air pollution. There's days where the air pollution gets so bad that they have to broadcast it on the news and say like, today you need to wear a mask, because it's like it's everywhere. The dust is everywhere. And yeah, and it goes beyond just like coronavirus, or goes beyond like general safety. It just goes to general safety. I feel like everyone should sort of use this as an example. Use the Korean population as an example, that you should probably just wear a mask if you feel like you're gonna affect someone else or you affect yourself. Like I hope it gets to the point in the population where people just wear them when they feel ill. Like when they feel like they have something coming out and they're like, oh, maybe I might be a little sick. And then you definitely put it on. Like it should be like a regulation.
Absolutely. I feel like, and this is so dumb to say, but I feel like in the States, we literally need to have like COVID courses, because people will literally pull down their mask to cough or sneeze. And I'm like,
why?
That's not the point. You're making it worse, but I don't know.
Yeah. I wish there was a way to wear a mask or have some protection when you eat or drink, because that is one of those weird situations where you don't have to wear a mask in general, or if you are like, yeah, it's one of those weird situations where you have to put down your mask when you eat or drink. But you don't always either drink in a situation where you're supposed to be indoors, or you're not really, you don't, when you're outdoors, you actually don't have to worry about it as much because you're outdoors and the circulation is a little better. But I would just like worry about when you're in a restaurant with a lot of people and you have to take off your mask to eat. Yeah, I wish there was a way to like not do that while you eat,
Yeah, no, I totally get it. Because like, okay, you're eating, but you're also talking, two people at the same time, all those particles going everywhere.
Like outdoor seating is fine. I feel like outdoor seating, it regulates out and it isn't like if someone coughs, it's not going to be like straight to your face, but I fear like those situations where you have to be in a bar, or I feel situations where you have to be in a restaurant and you're just constantly in a situation where the air is circulating, like air vents, and then, they go to other people or something happens. But then again, that could just like, it's just a precaution that I feel people would take a little more seriously, especially in bars. Like, I feel like especially right now, the bar situation is kind of sad because they have lost so much money, and they had to change their environment. They had to do outdoor eating and they had to do like a lot more stuff because it's just like being in a bar and being surrounded by people or doing clubs and stuff like that. Like no one wants to be this close to people. Like don't be this close to people.
I totally get it. So it's so weird because I can't really remember how stuff was prior. Like I can't remember my freshman year not having to wear them for a certain amount of time, or even like high school. It's Just feels so weird. 'Cause my little sister, she's 16, she's in high school, and everything is so different. Like they literally changed the entire schedule of the day, like all the locations for like lunches, like how different periods work, which probably wouldn't have changed at all had we not had this. So
Yeah. If you want a little taste of what happened before, well, it's we didn't wear masks. If you want, if you a little debrief, we didn't wear masks. We had a when your face was out, your face was out. You didn't like have anything to cover your no makeup face, or you didn't have anything to cover like your pimple in the bottom of your chin, which was a crazy time. You would go to concerts, you would go to bars, you would go to clubs, you would go and hang out with your friends without wearing masks, and you would hug people, and like it was a different time. Definitely.
it really was.
Yeah, and people would go on trips without having to worry about wearing a mask on a plane. You would go international flights without having to wearing a spacesuit. Oh my god, I have a story. So I mean, like it's kind of COVID era related. So my aunt, I don't know if I talked about this, but my aunt had to go to Taiwan for business purposes. Oh, not my, she's like, I think it's the same in Latinx culture, is when you say aunt, you don't mean your aunt, you mean like your mom's friend. Like it's your auntie.
Yeah, like they've just been like friends for a really long time. Yeah, I get that.
Yeah, so my aunt, it's really weird to say it in English because aunt is kind of like specific in English. But anyway, and she's my aunt. She had to go to business purposes, and she was terrified to go on a plane for so the flight from Texas to there's usually we have like a layover, so we usually do it from here, and we do either Dallas can actually have a straight shot to LA, or we just go straight to LA, and LA usually takes us across the ocean. So in general, it's usually about a 16 to 18 hour flight from here to Taiwan.
Right.
So imagine 18 hours in the longest run, having to wear a mask the whole time. No the air, you're in the airplane, so it's the air ventilation is as common as ever. If someone gets COVID, and the whole plane gets COVID. So basically she had to wear like this giant, like it wasn't really like a spacesuit, but it definitely had like her being secluded in her own space, having her own breath, and then everything around her couldn't get to her. And she had to wear a spacesuit. Like, I wouldn't say it was actually a spacesuit because there's no other way you could wear a spacesuit inside of a plane, but definitely it was like it was one piece, and your head had to like be covered. And, like, she covered her head because she was so scared about like things getting in. But of course, there's people on the plane who didn't really care and wore a mask the whole time. But then again, that's like, it was that time. And definitely speaking, like, she had to wear a diaper because you couldn't go off and go to the restroom and then take off your whole spacesuit and then go back in to your chair. So
that's crazy.
Yeah, it was so COVID era when I heard that. Like, and also right now the quarantine is 2 weeks. 2 weeks in Taiwan right now. So that's very COVID era right now. You have to think about the fact that if you're going out of the country, if you're going out of the state in general, that there are precautions, especially going to New York right now. You have to download an app to get you to places, make sure you're verified that you have a vaccination at the moment. And some states are okay with it. Some states are doing a lot of regulations, and I respect both. You have to acknowledge that some states are just not gonna want to budge about this kind of stuff, and it's a little sad, but Texas is one of them. Texas is not doing anything about it, which is really sad. But yeah,
it's kind of crazy, right? Because every state kind of handles things differently, even though I wish there was a way for everyone to just come to one conclusion, but different people in power and positions. So
exactly. And even in the case that I haven't left the state, since 2019, and it's been nerve-wracking. Have you ever left? Well, I mean, you have definitely.
Yeah, I went
you
to
went to Puerto
PR.
Rico. Yeah.
I mean, I've driven to like bordering states because my stepdad used to live in Delaware, so his buddies are like right there. But
Yeah.
yeah.
You're like in the middle of I love how you're like stationed like right in the middle of all those states right there in the New England area. Like it's so perfect. Like I'm like I would love if I just like got out of the state every once in a while. But Texas is so gosh darn big.
Absolutely. It's so
and
weird.
I live right in the middle of it.
Bro, it's so weird because like obviously I kind of grew up in like central Pennsylvania, like really like we're in the middle, but now I'm in western PA and I'm closer to Ohio than I am to my house. Like it's like 40 minutes away, the border.
Wow.
And my house is 4 hours away.
You visit my grandparents.
Just show up at the door, hey, I know your granddaughter.
Hey, this is grandma and grandpa. And they're like, yay. They would love you though.
That's funny. Weird times. I love how our first thing back is us talking about COVID. It was bound to happen.
We haven't talked about COVID. Have we talked about COVID in this podcast?
I honestly don't remember.
I don't think we have.
Can I just say one thing though? Western PA is so weird. People here drive like maniacs. Like they're like Central PA. They're super like just law-abiding citizens. Some of them are like not that great. But over here it's like everybody speeds and they're literally like if this is my car, they're right here at all times. What is that called? Like
you mean like tailgating?
yes. They're literally like just right on top of me all the time. And I've literally had people like pass me, like literally from behind me, like go into the other lane and go around me. And I'm like, I'm going to speed limit. What is wrong with you? But yeah, my roommate, she lives like 40 minutes away from here. She told me like you gotta get used to that. People here are very aggressive drivers, so
yeah. Are you close to Philly? That makes sense, right? If you're
no,
closer
I'm
to
actually
Philly.
closer to Pittsburgh. Philly's on the other side of the state.
Oh.
I'm 40 minutes north of Pittsburgh. Yes.
So you're on the opposite side.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, west. Duh, west. West is the opposite side. I totally know what west is. But yeah, you're closer to Pittsburgh. That actually makes sense because big cities. I grew up in a big city, so like I know exactly what you mean. Like people are insane when it comes to doing anything because people are so business oriented. They want to go places fast, and it's like it's overwhelming. I've never had a drive in a big city before. Well, I mean, like Austin is kind of a big city, ish, I would say.
Definitely bigger than what I have. So
yeah, it's bigger than your city. Well, your town. I think you live in a town. Do you live in a town?
Town. We don't have any big buildings, no skyscrapers.
Yeah. But yeah, it is like, damn. Of course, you live closer to a big city. You're gonna have to worry about the big city, like, But that's not where all the fun is. Like I feel like when people talk about big cities, they're like, oh, the traffic, oh, the problems. But then again, like big cities are like what everyone always wish in their bucket list they always wanted to go. Like the big cities, Chicago, New York, LA, like Dallas. Those are all crazy cities. Like if you have a rental car there, you have to like get used to the driving the thing first before you go on the highway.
Crazy. It's really nice though, like just kind of like changing pace, meeting people from all around in the area. So and there are like no cops, which is
there's
super
like
weird.
no cops.
Oh, not like on the back roads. Like it's like super country back here. Like it's just like straight farmland for like 20 minutes. But we have like the campus police, but I have yet to see like a single cop that was like off campus. It's so weird. Like I could drive 20 minutes to the next town and I didn't see like a single cop.
Wow, that's
I know.
interesting.
Maybe that's why people are speeding. Nobody's here regulating.
Oh my god, I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing.
I don't know either.
I mean, that's fun if you're confident in your driving, but if you're not confident in driving and you're scared people around you, then maybe you should have a cop or two.
If the FBI is watching me, I don't speed. Okay.
Your
I'm a good
FBI agent
driver.
writing down notes right now.
Yes. There's that. What's that one? There's like a SpongeBob episode where SpongeBob is like, write that down, write that down.
Yeah.
That's what they're doing right now.
Oh my god.
And oh my gosh, sorry, I keep talking about cars and like driving. But this campus, we have like 7,000 to 8,000 students or like people on campus. So it's not really huge. But there's like no freaking parking. There's like no parking because there are like designated areas that has like an orange dot on the sign, which means like resident parking. And there's no freaking parking, but there's like a ton of staff parking that you're not allowed to park in, or there's like a commuter lot for people who commute to school that you're not allowed to park in if you're a resident because you have like a pass. But I finally got like the best parking spot I've like ever gotten yesterday because I went out to the movies to see I don't know if it's Shang-Chi, I don't know how to pronounce that properly, but I went to see it with my roommate.
Shang-Chi, yeah.
Shang-Chi, okay. So I went to watch it with my roommate yesterday and I came back and I parked it literally in the very front of my dorm building. It's a win. I don't have to walk like 15 minutes to the football stadium across campus to get to my car.
Oh my god. Yeah, but welcome to college. College is like that, like
You're so right.
no one ever parks in college. Like, come on. Like I did the bus the entirety of my college career because I didn't have to worry about I didn't have a car until I was 19. So yeah, that was like my last year of college. So no, I was 20. I was 20 when I had my first car. So yeah, I drove the bus and all my friends say I'm so happy that you get to drive the bus. And I was like, what? And I was like, the bus is boring. And they're like, there's no more parking here. The parking is so expensive. Parking is expensive in college. Like to park and add tuition. Like I feel like you should have it for free just because you pay tuition.
That's a good point. Like it's even expensive. I think it's more expensive for my sister to park at her high school than for me to park here, which is so weird. Like it's really just like why? Why do you have to park like pay it all to park at a public high school? I don't know.
Really? You have to pay for your high school parking?
She paid $60 for a parking spot at her high school. And I was like, what do you mean?
I just not drive. I just not drive to school. Bro, I feel like, Mom, pick me up.
I would freaking bike in the snow, like at that point. Or just obviously just take the bus, even though it's a little some of the kids are gross. At least when I rode the bus. It's all good though.
Oh my god. $6 for a parking spot? That's actually really
$60.
You think that's so low though. Like at my university, I went to like a maybe it wasn't like a big university, but it wasn't like it wasn't like a tiny university, right. But it was like $1,000 a semester.
What?
Like roughly.
My jaw literally cracked from how fast I opened my mouth. My jaw.
It was $1,000 like out of your own pocket that you had to pay every single year. It was 2 semesters and you had to pay $1,000.
What university is this? I'm gonna sue them. That's ridiculous. Oh my god.
Oh yeah, and to think that's actually really low because my friend, my she's kind of like my friend. She's been like a childhood friend of me for a long time, right. And she she goes to like a really humongous university here in Texas, and she pays like big bucks to like park there, and there's never any parking because she goes to a big school.
Wow, that's crazy. I can't even imagine. Like, I don't even have that much in my bank account right now. Let's be real, guys. That's so crazy.
Yeah, I wouldn't, if I were you, I wouldn't even drive to college. I just like walk. If you can walk, walk.
That's what I do. My car just
if you can
if you
can get on the bus, you can get on the bus. Just get away from there.
Yes. The only reason I have it is because I do live so far. Like, my parents don't like to drive, so I would never go home if I didn't drive, because they probably wouldn't, and they're busy. So, but I don't use it like during the week. I walk everywhere.
Yeah,
like
definitely walk.
Yeah, because the movie theater was 40 minutes away, so obviously I had to drive yesterday to get to the movie theater, because my roommate went home for the weekend, like for Labor Day weekend, and she lives 40 minutes away, so I met her and her dad over there by their house. But otherwise, I'll be walking. I'm getting my steps in. I check my watch like every day to see like how many calories I've been burning. It's so much fun. Like, I never thought I would actually have fun. Like, seeing the little like notification. It does like a little like a firework, I guess.
No, yeah, definitely. Like, I miss walking to college. I feel like if anything, like to take in is that feeling of just being there and looking at the scenery and just and walking and experiencing it and looking at the weather's change. Like, when the weather changes as you walk, it's so pretty. Like, you walk some days and it's like the trees start to change colors, or you walk certain days and there's no leaves anymore. You walk certain days and there's like full leaves again. Like, it's so pretty. Like, I miss that. I miss that so much.
Absolutely. I swear the weather like is so bipolar. I don't know if it was for you, but here, like, it was like 83 where my parents are, and then it was like 63 here, and I was like, what's going on? Like, I brought like winter clothes with me just because I don't want to drive 4 hours to go pick stuff up in the middle of like October, but thank God I brought it all with me because I'm in sweats and a long sleeve today. It's dark and cloudy and rainy. It's so weird.
Yeah, definitely here as well. It's some days it's raining, and then 10 minutes later it just gets like extremely sunny here for like no reason. And it's definitely you definitely feel like the weather changes like every single 5 seconds. Today it's 100 degrees in Texas, so I'm not going outside.
Stay safe, everybody. Stay hydrated. Please.
And it isn't even the hottest place. Like, my dad lives in Arizona. Yikes. So there it gets up to like 108-ish.
That's crazy. That's super, super hot. I have a friend.
Yeah.
He does not like the heat. He really doesn't. Like, I really enjoy the heat. I find the sun like super comforting, so I'll just sit out there just to get like sun when it's like scorching out. But he like refuses. Like, we hung out some time ago and he was like, we can do anything, just not outside. I was like, wow. Yeah. He was like, we could even go for a drive, but I'm not getting out of the car. And I was like, oh my god.
Oh my god.
White people. I'm kidding. I'm kidding because my sister can't handle the heat either. So it's not just them. It really depends. I just thought it was funny because I hate being cold.
That's me with the cold. Exactly. I was about to say that's me with the cold. Like, the cold, if you take me outside, I will have to have like an hour prep of just putting on jackets and putting on scarves and putting on boots. And it could be like even like 3 degrees. 3 degrees. Like, it's not even that cold. Technically speaking, according to like, the United States, it gets like negative below zero here.
Right.
But it's like 20 degrees. I'm already like shivering. Like, I'm already like sitting in the corner. Like, I don't want to leave. I want to get to a place where it's warm.
Exactly. And like here where I am, as soon as like winter, like snow time starts, it's every single day. It's snowing every day. Like I will literally call my mom and be like, yo, like how's the weather? And she's like, oh, like clear, we haven't gotten any snow yet, and we're like 5 feet deep over here. And I'm walking to class with like my little booties on.
But I definitely feel that too. Because in Dallas, the altitude is higher.
Mm-hmm.
So when I was up in Dallas, like it would snow. It would snow. And I would call my mom, and my mom would be like, yeah, it's like not even, it's like sunny out here today.
What is going on? It's so crazy.
Oh my God.
Strange thing.
Yeah. Going back to the subject of cars, I mean, like, I'm starting to realize that I'm an adult now, which is disgusting. Like, I don't want to be an adult. But I want to try to get a bigger, safer car because, I'm not necessarily new to driving. Like, I've driven for like about 5 years now.
Mm-hmm.
But I still feel like my car is too tiny. Like, I drive a Toyota Yaris. It's so tiny.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a tiny little Toyota car.
Mm-hmm.
And I need to get I need to get a better fuel economy, like a good, like if someone hits me on the side, I don't want to die,
Yes, please don't. That would happen at all.
Yeah, I've been like looking up reviews and stuff, and like it's so much to think about because I kind of want a Mini Cooper, but also like it's so tiny. It's a tiny little car.
It is like you wouldn't really be progressing very much from what you have now to that. They just look so pretty. Like, could they make a bigger car, but like that, like look.
Oh
like
my God, yes! Because they have the biggest one is Countryman, which is supposed to be a mini SUV, a compact SUV, but it's not even a compact SUV. Like, compared to other compact SUVs, it's so tiny. It gets a tiny little. It's a sedan size, honestly.
Yes. Yeah. I literally. Yes.
Oh my God, it's so tiny. I love it though. Every time I see it, I'm like, I want one so bad. I really want one so bad. But then again, I'm like, what if I like get out of the state? What if I want to drive cross country? What if I want to like, go and see you? And it's like, and I don't think driving a small little car will get me to you. I think I'll just die middle of the road.
Oh no.
But yeah, definitely if I want to go see you, though, I probably wouldn't drive. I'd probably find a plane.
Planes are good. Planes are very good.
Yeah. I mean, definitely, like, once this coronavirus is over, we should go hang out somewhere.
We should. It's been literally, how many years has it been? 5?
Yeah, it's been about 5 years. We met when I was a freshman in college.
Which means I was 15, a little baby.
You were a sophomore. You were a baby.
Oh my God. That's so weird.
It's been a minute. Like, it's been a long time coming.
We've witnessed so much change in each other's lives.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Yes.
Definitely. Like, I'm a totally different person than I was back in, like, when we first met. Like,
I agree.
When we first met, I was a really different person.
Yes.
And then now you're in college. Oh my God, you're in college.
I know. I literally remember, like, we used to have conversations where you'd be like giving me advice for like when I started college. Now I'm 3 years into that journey. Like, we would literally be on like Peach Chat talking about college. Oh my God. god. That's so weird. So weird.
Yeah, I'd give you like if you need help choosing a college, I can help you out with choosing a college.
Do you remember that era where like everybody was getting accepted, so they would make like Instagram posts? I remember that for like a solid like 3 months. Everybody in my class was just straight posting like hashtag college name bound or whatever. Oh my god. I never made one of those posts, but like on my spam account like years ago, I like posted about it.
I feel like that was so beyond my era though. Like it was like the middle of my college career and people just would like go on Instagram. When I never realized how much time has passed these last 5 years because technology has changed so much. Like social media has changed so much since I started college.
So true.
When it comes to like Instagram and their stories and Snapchat has gotten crazy and TikTok has happened and like we can't even imagine a time without TikTok now. Like, do you remember what happened before TikTok? Like, I don't even remember anymore.
No.
TikTok is like shaping our society as we know it.
You're so right. It's mind blowing, literally.
Exactly.
So I can't remember like a time before TikTok. I don't know what I was doing before then, because like now, like getting ready for bed, just get on for like 15 minutes. Like what was I doing before then? Just staring at the ceiling until I like finally decided to go to bed.
You probably just went to bed. Like, isn't that crazy that you went to bed?
You're right. You're right. So funny, right?
No, yeah, definitely. Like I look back and someone did a makeup tutorial recently that's 2016 versus 2021.
Oh no.
And there was a humongous difference. Like I never realized how much a year changes so much in a person and in society.
Yes, absolutely.
Like it's so weird to think that like 2012 was when I started high school. I think. Yeah, I started high school in 2012. And everyone always looks back at 2012. They're like, oh, look back at 2012. What happened in 2012? And I'm like, 2012 wasn't even that long ago. And I realized that I have to stop right there and say that was almost 10 years ago.
Oh my gosh. That's so weird. Ew, 10 years ago till next year.
2012 was almost 10 years ago.
That's crazy.
What were you doing in 2012? You were still in elementary school, right?
I was 11, so what is that, 5th grade?
Yeah, you're 5th grade.
Oh my god, that was when I was like just about to start my One Direction era.
Oh my god.
Because I started that in 6th grade.
Oh my god, those were the days. Those were the days, man. Those were the days.
Right? I'm mind blown constantly when I think about like just how much like time has passed, like how I've changed, people around me have changed. So weird.
One Direction. Oh my god. One Direction broke up almost 10 years ago.
I'm physically cringing right now.
Isn't that insane?
That crap. That's literally insane to me. Literally insane.
Like it's almost 10 years since One Direction broke up. Didn't think about that for a moment.
No words. No words. Oh my god. What the heck?
I mean, if you really think about it, we started like in K-pop in 2016. And well, not 2016. Was it 2016? Yeah, it was like 2016. And
yeah,
that's more than 5 years ago.
Yeah, that's freaking crazy. What is going on? Time needs to stop.
I know. And to think about existentially that every single second that's going on right now will never be the same second on the same day at the same time ever again.
Ew. Give me that 1 hour back. Restart this. Oh my god.
That is so much to think about. If you could give one sort of advice to a version of you in 2011, definitely the iconic 2012. What would you say?
So 6th grade me. It's gonna sound cheesy, but I would say just be who you are. Like I would always say like, oh, like this is just a phase, like I'm gonna change in the future, but like look at me now, I'm literally sitting at my desk with Funko Pops of Bumblebee from Transformers on my desk. So like I always had this thing that I was like certain that I was gonna change into someone else. But like you don't have to be someone else. You don't have to fit. Yeah, I tried too hard to fit in with people that didn't want me in their groups. So, just be yourself. People will find you.
Mm-hmm. You're not alone, definitely.
For sure. What about you?
2012 me was like a loner. I would say I was a lonely child. I felt like, and so I was 14. I just started my freshman year of high school.
Mm-hmm.
And I just came out of just like I had really long hair and I just chopped it off. Like it was a really weird part of my life where I realized that I want to chop off my hair. And I had it throughout high school, and my hair was short, like it was like this short. It was really, really short. And that was throughout high school. If I could say anything, I'd say sit down and actually acknowledge your hair, because you're like, I chopped it off because I thought it was too much of a maintenance, but now I take the time and effort to like literally that today I didn't. Today I haven't washed it in a couple days. So it's it's pretty bad today. But
it happens.
But definitely I know how to like straighten curl my hair now. And I feel much more confident knowing that I like acknowledge my hair, because my hair is really nice. Like now that I look back on it. But definitely like take the time to acknowledge your hair, realize that your friends will change. Like it's really weird to think about like all the friends that I continue to have throughout high school, from middle school. And I felt so lost during that time, those years, that I didn't really feel like I fit into anything in my life. And I was sort of like a lost child for a really long time throughout high school. And I guess I would let her know that it's gonna get better. Like I feel like that's the one thing that you can always say, is that people will change, people will acknowledge you in the future, and if they don't acknowledge you, then you'll find people who will.
Absolutely. I think I was just too impatient, I think, growing up, just to like get to a certain place, to be a certain person and like have certain things. But now I'm like, I kind of miss some of that, where I would just come home and watch like SpongeBob and that was it. Just an example, but I'm just saying, like, don't rush things either.
Oh yeah, especially that kick in the face that happens when you start college and you're not with your parents anymore, and you have to like, realize that rent doesn't pay itself. You have to pay for your own groceries. You have to do your own laundry. You have to wash your own dishes, or else they'll pile up and bugs will get into them. You have to throw the trash out. You have to, do adult stuff. And that's the one thing that like kicks you in the face when you start college, that you're like, it's just me.
That's so crazy. That's so crazy.
I know, and you're like take it all for granted when you're in high school or you 2012 version of you always just sort of, your parents would always do stuff for you and they always would pay rent for you, so you'd realize that like money is not, you would get savings every now and then, but then there'll be your savings and then you wouldn't even spend it, you would just spend it on things that you like, and those were the days, honestly. You didn't have bills, you didn't have life, you didn't have groceries to pay for. Oh my god, yeah. Definitely miss those days where I would come home and not have to worry about stuff or anybody or anything. I just go home and then I just watch cartoons. Like I feel like those were the times.
Absolutely.
Like now I feel like I'm having a revival. I don't know if you're having it too, but Disney Plus has all the stuff now. So I've been just watching old cartoons from when I was a kid.
Yeah, I've been like watching like YouTubers that I watched like back in like middle school or high school, like just watching like old videos. Just I'm kind of feeling that nostalgia thing.
Yeah, exactly. I'm watching Kim Possible right now.
Aww.
It's great.
I love that.
It's super great. Do you have anything to add about your school or without people that you've met or any clubs that any crazy shenanigans of coming back to school, or like how do you feel going back?
Honestly, I thought I would be upset with how busy I am. Since like I'm the president of a French club and I'm on the board of the other club and I've got like, other meetings and like class and stuff, but I'm actually like completely fine with everything, which is super weird. Like I feel like I became a really good student like over the past year, and I'm not sure why, because I was pretty lazy, but like now I don't mind getting up at 8 o'clock on a Saturday and doing homework. Like before, it would be like Friday afternoon and I'd be doing homework and I'd be like super mad about it. But I'm just like very relaxed, very comfortable with just not really having stuff to do either. I feel like some people here that live on my floor are always like, oh, let's go party. And I'm like, well, I don't mind just sitting here with some ice cream and watching YouTube, honestly, by myself while my roommate is gone. So yeah, I feel like I matured a lot and I'm very calm.
That's it. That's the stuff right there. That's it.
Is this maturity? Is this what adulting is like?
That is the thing that happens when you're in college. You have the chaos of starting college and you don't know what you're doing, and then that's the kick in. The kick in is when you've started college the second year and then you're like, this is where I'm supposed to be, and you like it kicks in that you're like, this is where I'm supposed to do.
Like I don't dread going to any of my classes. My homework is literally what I do in my free time. Like, what's going on? High school me would have been like super upset about stuff like that. Like I literally read the textbook now. It's just so bad to say, but like I don't know. I just really valued laziness. Not that I don't now, because I like lazy time, free time, but after I get my work done.
Oh yeah, everyone. I remember in high school they would always say, "Oh, you can't fly this in college, or college would be harder than this, or something like that." And then I didn't realize I was in college, but college, the easiest part is doing your homework. The easiest part is sitting down and doing your work and just studying. That's the easiest part. Honestly, that's the biggest when you're in the middle of something and you want to get out of it, like a situation where your friends are like, let's go party or let's go do stuff and let's go just do crazy things. The best excuse is saying you have homework. The best excuse that you realize is going to be that you have homework. Oh yeah, I have homework, I have some things I have to study for an exam next week or something. And it's like it's sort of in high school, like homework is the most terrifying thing because that's like the most source of all your stress. And then in college, it's like the best part of the day, honestly, which is really weird. You're like, oh yeah, I have bills to pay. I have to spend all this money on groceries, stuff like that. And you go home and you have homework, and it's like, oh my God, yes, I have homework to do. Like, it's something to do. It's just something to do. And it's
It
nice.
literally is. Like I look forward to opening my planner and like crossing off the assignment. It's so funny. Like I'm literally just gonna do homework when we're done here. And later I'm gonna get food and that'll be my day.
Ideal day, honestly. Ideal
Honestly,
day.
like just some tunes in the background while I'm doing work. And then like I guess during the week I'll just find something to do.
You have tomorrow off, right? Tomorrow's Labor Day.
I do have tomorrow off. It's probably just gonna be, a regular day, but yes.
Yay!
Yay.
I do too. It's nice.
3-day weekend.
3-day weekend. Whoop whoop. I'm gonna go I don't know. I want to go buy some stuff.
Go for it.
I will go do stuff.
Treat yourself on
Yeah.
this Labor Day.
Go bother other people who have to work on Labor Day. I feel so bad for them. I remember in retail, I used to hate working Labor Day because everyone would come in Labor Day. And oh my God, I used to hate people who came on Labor Day because they would always just take advantage of the fact that they were free on Labor Day for some apparent reason.
Right?
And oh my God, I was never free on Labor Day. And then this is the first time I've ever been free on Labor Day in a long time.
That's crazy. I'm excited for you though.
I know. I get to sleep another day. I get to wake up at 8:30 again.
It's the little things, like I said earlier. That's the stuff that will get you through.
No, yeah, exactly. Exactly. We'll probably end it here just to,
Yes, we had a
because it's been an
solid
hour.
conversation.
I think it's been an hour.
I think so too. Thank you, everybody, so very much.
Thank you. Thank you for coming back.
Yes. After our 1 month hiatus, we are back. Thank you very much for listening. Have a great Labor Day if you celebrate.
If you celebrate.
I don't know. Some people probably not in America. Bye.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.